Welcome to Factorio Reverse Megabase. My name is Nilaus and this is episode 30 of our Let's Play. I think I mentioned the wrong number last time, but I think you can figure it out. There's the title, there's the thumbnail, there's the sequence in the playlist. I think you'll figure it out. Those are the kind of small challenges I put out for you. So our beautiful steel plant that we have last time, what I've done is just converted all of the fake steel train, like here, into real steel trains. So what I now have, and let's actually use this. Oh, I thought I heard like a beep beep from biter attack, but I can't imagine. So I have 19 trains. These are the fake trains. And then I have this beautiful new train overview. I really like this. So you can see here, I have set up 10 trains. My rule is that I'll have 2 trains. My normal default rule is 2 trains for each inbound stop. Or actually, I'll do it in a different way. I'll have the maximum number in the train, in the station limit. That's the number of trains. So right now I have 4 stops, each allowing 2, so that's 8 trains that I should be allowed to have, and then I'm about to make engine stops, so the engine stops will need 2 more, so they are here as well. You can see here there's 14 here. That should mean that there are 7 stations. Let's see if that works. Oof, I haven't even checked. No. Weird. 4 stations inbound. That's peculiar, isn't it? Why do I have only 4 stations inbound for iron? And then 14 trains. Well, I think I might have just a few too many trains. Let me just check on the train thing here. If I look at these, should be... Oh, those are the inbound trains, of course. These are the outbound trains. Oh yeah, they're just stuck. Okay, so that's okay, and they're stuck. What I'm going to do today, as we mentioned, we are going to take a look at engines. At this point we actually have 3 different types of builds. We have the robot build, we have the sort of the 12 beacon build, and we have the direct insertion into trains build. The question is just which one we're going to take. We do need, in this case, did I not put things in here? Yeah, there we go. According to my calculations, I need 35.7 what's it called? It's called engines per second. So that's going to be 36 per second. That's okay. We'll take one of these and then we'll just have a look at what this one can muster and figure out from there how many of those we need. Good stuff. And we'll do the calculation there. So how many do we need if I need 36? It's 35.7 is what I need, and this is 35.8. Well, that's, it's good. If it's good enough, it's good enough. So how much is this? 32, that's 4 by 8. That's a really nice number. That's a really nice number. And the items here, this is more than 1 belt, true, but it's going to be on 4 lanes. This is more than half a belt, but less than a belt. This is I think we'll just do it that way. I think that there's no reason to make it any more complicated than what we'd like. And that one, that's not even going to be very much. Okay, so let's make this. I'm going to take 2 inbounds in, and one will be, if I want to make it as compact as possible, then we should absolutely do this. And we know that this one is an option. Lights at this corner. So the way that this is an option is that somewhere I'll have 1 inbound like that, and somewhere I'll have 1 inbound like that. Let's have a look at stations. I'm gonna have 2 stations in, 1 with iron and 1 with steel. I think the steel one will be up here and the iron one will be down there. Actually, I think I'm gonna be the other way around, because then I can get steel in here and iron in here. That's going to make much more sense. So iron at the top. Let's see if we find a good iron location that we can copy. We should have it. That's actually a good iron location, but now it's a steel location. And that one. Is that good? That's good. Good stuff. We'll take you. No, because that's a robot one. Who the hell would want a robot build? Shh. Actually, it doesn't have to be iron. It just has to be one of those outbound ones. So, but it has to be an 8-lane one. What else? It's actually one of the lower ones that I need. All right. So let me think. This has to be up here. So that would be good. Also, that has a lot of output. So let's take this one. I'll do this and then we'll take a glance at that, and I'll rotate. Move it up. This is always easier to do from map view. How is that a thing over here? Ah, that one. Okay, you have to be going away. That's not important. Please go here. And there. And then obviously this one should change the name too. Otherwise it actually starts coming in. It'll be iron inbound, I guess. And it should have a train limit of 2. I don't know if all of them have train limits. This is definitely too much. So we're going to get with a much lighter version, because if I look at this design, let's do again here. It doesn't break into raw materials, but I'm going to go this one up to, it was 32 we needed. All right, oops, that's 2. That's not 32. 32. There. If I look at this, is going to be 100 iron, and this is going to be 40 iron. So 140 iron. Okay, so I need 4 lanes out, I guess. Seems good. But that's definitely not going to be this design here. Definitely not this design. Don't like this one. And I think that's the middle. Let's just check the distance here. Yes, that's the middle. Good. And I'm also going to indicate the middle for myself there, so I get some kind of sense of it. So we'll deal with how we do the other things later on, but I'm going to get steel in. Okay, so this is going to be steel coming in from the side. Let's also get the steel one, and that should be pretty okay to get a steel one. Where do we have a steel one? We know we have it. We have that one. That's a good steel. I'll take this. This is probably better steel. And rotate. Yes, perfect. That's actually exactly what I wanted. Almost. Not that one. Take this out. But yes, that's going out to this location. This one goes up here. This looks perfect in terms of sort of directionality. And I will not... I'm trying to move away from these side balance ones. Even if they need to side balance, then I'd rather have it like this. Okay, this one. And again, I don't think this is necessary. Or I know this is not necessary, so let's not overdo it. This one I do like though. Not that one. And I think this will be enough to 1 belt, and I only need 1 belt, so that's perfect. It'll just be 1 belt that splits into many belts, but I can take this one up here, and that will be right there, and it'll be right. That's more difficult, isn't it? Well, no, there. So that can be 4 belts easily, but no more than 4 belts, I guess. Cool. That is okay, and I will just get 1 inbound, 1 outbound, 1 inbound, 1 inbound, and I think I'll do the here just to make sure. That was irrelevant because it can only pick up the steel, but these can pick up 2 things. So that will be 1 for iron gears and the other one for pipes. That should be a unit. There. And I'm going to take these 2 out so it gets easier. That unit is here. That's now 16, and I'm going to copy this one over like that. So this is going to be the entire build. It's going to be very small. Could easily make it bigger. And yeah, I've seen comments that said like, oh, wow, how about just scaling up to more? The thing is, whenever you build a base, it's very difficult to design it in a way that you can scale it up. If you do something modular, then yes, but in this case I couldn't really go into every single one of these and then go back and go, oh, you know what, actually I need to build more on that one. I'm gonna put it there. So that's kind of pretty much in the middle. Yes, except that one is not the middle one. Yeah, okay, so that kind of ruins it, doesn't it? That's the middle one. There. That's more like it. And I'm gonna get these further closer. That's good. And this one's good. So we are not done yet though, because we need, on the iron side, we need to figure out how many more locations like this. Oh, that's an interesting, and by interesting I mean absolutely horrible. How did that happen? How did that happen? Huh. How did that happen? Are the other ones? Yep, there's other ones. Ah, man. Alright. Here. And onwards. And I'll do this one. It's easy to fix these kind of things when you have good robots. As long as you spot it, then it should be fine. Right? Everything's good? Yeah. Okay, so now I need to figure out how many more of, well, I'm gonna say this like this, but it's not actually like this. That's interesting. Oh, that looks like a, that absolutely looks like a bug, doesn't it? Look at that. Maybe if one of them gets placed before the other one, then it goes weird. No, it works every time. Alright, whatever. I'm just curious. If we can find bugs, then we are happy. Alright, so that one will be a gear thingy. And if I do this one and just try to figure out how much I have a slight deficit if I have one of these. Well, it's not a big surprise that I don't need 4 of these. The question is just how do I do this more efficiently, because the obvious thing would be like I get iron in here and that gets sorted. So we're gonna need 2 of these. Here. That's definitely enough, and I'm just gonna verify again. That's definitely enough. Then let's see if I do the same thing again on this one. And if this one was pipes. It's not going to be as fast, the pipes one. Definitely not enough, but I think with 2 here. And I know they can't be placed like this. Still a big deficit. What if I, and now I can actually use speedies here. I don't know if I can actually keep up with the inputs here. It's actually only consuming that, so is this enough? It's not enough. So even with the most speediness, it's not enough. Well, I think that the answer then is not do this, but actually do that one. Let's see if this is good enough. It has a large addition here. And if I look at this part, how much is it consuming? It's consuming 70, so that's more than 1 belt. But if I'm looking at the whole, yeah, it's consuming 51, so that's still more than 1 belt. So this one needs 2 belts inbound to service, and then I could do something like this one and this one for the gears. That one, and these have to be here. That should mean that all of it is done, right? Yes. Okay, all of it is done. I like it. And green, and it's kind of large amounts of additional greens. So, this part, I'm really interested in seeing exactly how much iron I need, because this is obviously way too much. Like if I look at this, it's going to way overestimate it, 134. But 134 is only 3 belts, so it's less than 3 belts. Okay, this one's going to take more than 1 belt, and this one's going to take, well, more than 1 belt as well. How much can each take? Yeah. Okay, so now I need to really figure it out. Okay, I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. So if I am doing Uh, how much is it? We want to get it exact here. We know exactly how much, and it is, I want to make 35.84. This is the number of engines, and I divided by 1.4 because that's the productivity of the engines. So that means 25.6 is the number of inputs I want. And there are 2 inputs of these, so that will be 2. That's why it's 51.2. Each of these take 2 iron. That's okay. But I'm more interested in the 25.6 here. Each of those take 2 iron inputs, but it's going to be less because it's also productivity. So I need 37 plus the 51.2 there. 87. So that's exactly 2 belts inbound for this. That's crazy how it's exactly 2 belts, but I don't think I want to make it into 2 belts. So if I want to make this, the easiest thing is that one will have to go out here. Okay, so the only thing we need is figure out a way that this one can go in on the other side. That shouldn't be too difficult. I can just do like something like this. And that one goes here. Oops. There. That is actually simple. But we now have the issue of where do we get our outputs? Or where do we get the inputs to this one? We don't, I guess. Or the other alternative is that we actually figure out that this is not needed. It's still very green, so I could probably also take these out. It's still very green. Cool. That means I can just get it there. Okay. That's... And if I look at these two, they will now take exactly 1 belt. Perfect. And that exactly 1 belt will be exactly what we need. So let's grab 1 belt here. That's going to be 3 of those and 3 of those, I guess. And the last one will always be twisted because that makes it easier. So 1 belt here. Good stuff. The other one. I'm going to get a belt inbound. That will be here. And I'm going to need another one that passes by. And yeah, this is actually going to be a bit more difficult. 2 of those will be enough. So basically the only option I really have of doing this is just taking it all the way by and then go in again. Ew, that's not good. You know what? There's another option, I think. What about over here? There. That's pretty good, right? I think I wanted 1 down. Does that seem weird? It does seem weird. Especially it seems weird because I now am taking out all of the lights in a different location. Let's throw the lights out for now. We can put the lights somewhere else. Damn, I wanted to put them in the top right now, but I can't put them in the top right. I feel this is a bit of a clumsy way of doing it, but it might be okay. So let me just check on each row here. Each row is good. There's a surplus and I need 17. No, I need 12. That is actually pushing it a bit for one of these. So I'm going to take 2 just because. And I am also just realizing that it's only working. This is only working for one of them. So how do we get the... We also need it out here. How do we get that one up there? I guess the answer is that it's probably easier just to do this, to be honest. And then take out some of these. It'll be more entities, but it won't be more Well, oops, not whatever, but there. No. Okay. And we have weird one there. How did that one get? How do these always get in there? How do these always just end up middle of my designs? Well, don't answer that. I kind of know. It's because I'm sloppy with the copy pasting. All right, so now this one here is going to be way too much. It's now at 47 and I need like... I take these out then. And let's look at one row. One row will then be self-sufficient. It's actually pretty good now. Pretty good. It's a bit of a surplus, but not much. And I definitely don't need 2 then. Or 3. Because they are going to be slower. And do I need 2 outbounds? No, I don't think I need outbounds. How fast are you? I used to make it 8. So I think I actually deliberately do this. Because if it can't keep up like that, then there's another problem. Good. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if that's good to have 3 things here, but... Oh, that one somehow didn't make it in here. Okay, we're definitely going to do some throughput testing on this. And where do we have the outputs? Outputs are... This is the input. This is going to be really weird about the inputs, though. That one. That one. So, it's important on this side that we are getting... Everything goes in on the left side. So that means like this. And that means we are going to get a seriously unbalanced build. But we could do it in a... If we did something like this... I mean, I know why. I don't know why, but I've suddenly become very happy about these things. Huh. Let's test this. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. That is not bad at all. Because that makes sure that I consume evenly from both sides. Sure, that's awesome. That is awesome, actually. Huh. Never done that before. And that means we now have 4 even belts inbound. And it looks weird, but it works. 4 even belts. I'm going to get some outputs out here. And... that's going to be the tricky part, because I don't really want to take the steel out. Looks like I am going to have to get the steel out here. Also do that one as an option, and then let's see if we can do some other weird things. That is also a weird thing. So let's do that weird thing as well. I like that. And that gives us, well, at least theoretically 4 belts outbound. Okay, so we are now in the process of just hooking this one up. We also need a location. I think this is going to be a... How big is this? Am I seriously making it into a 16-lane train? No, that's not happening. That's definitely not happening. That is just absurd. And that's also not happening. No. This is a smaller train. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely smaller train. Crazy. You're crazy. And that will be... That smaller train can actually be modeled exactly after this one. Like that. So let's go build this. And for anyone who says, why don't you just use the stuff here? No, we don't do that. We don't do that. This one will be, this will just be engines. This is the engine build. Not engines for anything, just engines. There. It'll take whatever it needs, and these are all just incorrectness. That one. Good. So the reason why I'm very hesitant about, for example, using this iron to do this, even though you can say, well, it's 175 million, 78 million, it's not gonna run out. Yeah, I know. But it just seems weird that I would sort of, then I start making all sorts of weird compromises. I do it for these things where it just requires a tiny bit of iron, right? A tiny bit of iron, not a problem. We just need it to make some sulfuric acid. That makes sense. But aside from this, it does not make sense. And up here, do we have one up? Yep. So that is the inbound, and I will just figure out how to do this one. This one will be, you know what? This is a train that that's an outbound train. Oh, but that's an iron train. Okay, cool. So it should be, this is the middle. I should build it out here. No, we have to get it to 4 lanes. So we're going to build the new 4-lane bouncer that we think works. That one. It looks funny. So that's a positive thing. I'd rather have it on the other side than... Yeah. I have it here. Or alternatively, I would just make sure that it is 100% aligned. That one. And... yeah. So, you know what? Let's see. Let's grab this one. That is one station done. Now let's do the iron station up here. This one will merge back into 4 lanes as well. So that means each of these will be merging inbound here. Actually, nope. It'll be right there, and that will be right there, I think. Let's do this one and then merge it in. And that one's done. That one's done. I mean, since I get 4 lanes in, I might as well do this kind of split. It looks slightly better. Not much, but slightly. And that means we only need the output wise. So let's also rush through that one. We do have to figure out how to do an inbound with a low quantity item. So that's not a good low quantity item inbound thing. That's a low quantity inbound item thing. So let's take this one. That is certainly a low quantity inbound item thing here, and I really have, that has fallen out of fashion with me. These here, I really don't need it. That makes sense. Cool. And this one doesn't take much because it's just 1 line. It's taking 35 inbound, so yeah, there's not really anything mysterious about this. There. And get it in here, and I'll just do a balancing. Why? Just, it's completely irrelevant, but you know me and my balances, right? There. Good. That will be all inbounds, all outbounds, and the great thing would be, what if we don't actually have to get a train? What if we don't have to bid fake trains at all, but we can actually just hook it up to the real trains? So let me see. The first thing I need to do is go back down here and fix this station, because that station is definitely not correct. So let me just fix that for us. And so now we have built a much simpler input station here. It still goes out to 4 lanes. Might be a bit difficult to... oh no, that's not a good one. 1, 2, there we go. I forgot about that little thing called a buffer. Not that it needs to be particularly big, but you know, it's... and also forgot that I didn't want these anymore. So let's take this, there, and there. So that's done, and now I just need to put in a train. I'll be a normal train actually, and I'll put 2 of those in. And not that one, that's not really needed. There. And this one will go from The only thing it can go from this one until it is full, and then go back into this one until it's empty. There. And I'm gonna get 2 of those. So why is it not default to take trains when you take it on a train? I don't know. It just feels like that's what I'd want to do most of the time, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. All right, let's jump on this train, or at least try to jump on it. And this one has to go all the way in before it's allowed to leave. Let's see if that makes sense. Does it? Yeah, okay. So now we're leaving this one, and that means this one is going to run out, or has run out already. It is what it is. Don't care. We'll deal with it as we hook up the other lines now. Good. So the outbound here is done. What we also noticed is this one. Since the other one wasn't good enough, then this one is not good enough either. There. Really don't like that I don't have buffers everywhere. So I'm gonna get, this one is the steel. So I'm gonna get, well, we have steel inbound. So all I need to do is now build that one and merge it into the line. I can only get one merge in here, so I'll just smash it into the middle, and we'll just see how that goes. Let's do a little time lapse of that one. And then immediately as this is done, we should be seeing a steel train actually start heading in here. With a bit of luck. With a bit of luck. Let's see if that's the case. That is absolutely the case. Look at that one. Look at that one. That is brilliant. Switch it out. Get in there. Immediately going in. That says train stop 2. Is there another one inbound? Maybe. Nope, not yet, because that's been occupied with something else. All right, that's great. So let's do the same with iron and then see how that pans out as well. And similarly to last time, if we've done things right, then immediately we should see that a iron train is heading in. This one's called iron in, and it's already marked as occupied. This blue color means that there are already 2 trains allocated to it. I don't see any trains moving. Yes, I do. They chose the ones that were furthest away. Thank you very much for that. Well, let's jump back and wait for the trains to come in. And here comes the train. All the way in. So it might take a long time to get here, but on the other hand, it's also, how much does it have? 64,000? Yeah, 64,000 coming in, and that means we now have at this point 28,000 at the ready. And we're gonna just let it roll in here, and we're gonna monitor how this works just as it kicks in into gear. The steel thing is working, looks great. And we'll monitor if this is all done. I'm pretty sure we have made some mistakes here and there. Maybe you've noticed some. If you have, then let me know in the comment section below. I do read all the comments. I don't reply to all of them, but I certainly read all of them. And yeah, just try to just trying to get all of these things done. This one looks good. It's neither input or output constrained. Let's just go really fast. This one, neither input or output constrained, just working as well as it can. And it goes all the way in, and this is not ready yet, but there we go. Okay, so that'll take just a bit longer for this one to stack up, but it is now fully stacked up. Everything is working. The fact that the last ones are working means that the whole row is connected in both directions, and we're having a nice output here. Looking good. Should we do a little validation? I think that would be the reasonable thing to do. Where is our validation thing? Well, we do have it. I don't know. There we go. I can just do this. And I'll just change it. That one goes here. We'll do a validation just to make sure that it works. Boom. And there. And this theoretically should be how much again? That one. It is 35.8, and it's important that it actually is 35.8. So it should be 358 once it's stabilized. It is 358, and it looks brilliant. I am happy. It hovers sometimes 360, sometimes 356, so it's good. And we're happy with this one. I'm very happy with it. So this one will gradually fill up. It's gonna take a while for it to fill up, but it'll fill up, and then it'll go into the blue science, and the blue science will be operational again. Very nice. Okay, now we're actually stalling this because we need to empty this belt, but over time it'll be fine. It'll be fine. That one. Now this is empty. Okay, so thank you very much everyone for joining this episode. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you liked it. So what we can do now, because we are a bit more mature in our base, we can actually hook it all the way up to get the real trains inbound. That means there's nothing left to do. We can see this is 100% working, and when we get started on the sulfur, then we're probably going to take one of those massive oil locations right next to it and just simply draw it in. It seems to be the easiest solution. And we are now ready to go on with the next part of the blue science. And after that, I think we'll do some copper or some plastic or some green circuits or something like that out there in the world before getting started on the purple science as the last and most difficult part. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. If you do, hit the like button. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care and stay effective.